Welcome back to another Financial Freedom Edge video. This is your boy Brandon. So I just want to keep this video 100% real. I think this is something that isn't talked about enough when it comes to real estate investing, when it comes to wholesaling, when it comes to off-market deal finding and sourcing. Sometimes you have to cancel. Sometimes you think the deal is going to make sense going into it with somebody, right? You agree on a price, have a contract, you start getting into your due diligence, you start really looking at things. You get a payoff quote so that you know exactly what they actually owe, if there's any taxes involved, any other liens, utility bills, property taxes, any arrears, all that stuff, right? And sometimes things just don't work out. Sometimes, the seller doesn't exactly know what they owe. Sometimes costs, right? Estimates, right? You could look at a foundation problem and say, hopefully that's only $10,000. And then you go get a contractor in there and they say, yeah, Brandon, that's like $50,000. And honestly, to do it right, you really just need a whole new foundation, which is like $100,000. Can we fix it and repair it and make it fine? Will we guarantee our work and will this foundation hold? Yes, for $50,000. But maybe you're 1 inch away from the whole thing needing to be replaced. Maybe you have those type of conversations with contractors, right? Maybe sellers are difficult to work with. As you guys know, I door knock foreclosures. Those are motivated sellers, yes. But why are they motivated? They're motivated for external reasons. Like they haven't been able to pay their bills and they're going to be forced out of their home. But internally, they have no motivation. In fact, they're resistant. They don't want to sell. They don't want to move. They don't want to lose their equity. They don't want to have to find a new place to live. They don't want to move, right? None of those things do they want to do. So when it comes to trying to work with them and trying to help them, sometimes they don't return phone calls. Sometimes they drag their feet. Sometimes they're just mean about things. And you're over here, yes, I'm trying to make a buck, but I'm also trying to help. Hey man, I'll leave you alone and let you lose all of your equity and your home to foreclosure and let the cops drag you out of here. Sure, if that's what you want, but you're engaging with me because that sounds like what you don't want. And you only have 2 options, right? Well, you have a couple options, right? You can do nothing, and you know what's going to happen. You can do something and work with me here and try to make lemonade with these lemons that you have. Or you could pay your bills, right? Figure that out, right? Yeah, that'll stop everything if you just pay your bills. So I wanted to make this, and I won't ramble, I promise. I know I ramble a lot, especially when I'm driving. I just want to make this video and let you know that just because you get a signed contract, just because you think you get it at a good enough price where you can wholesale it or you can flip it, maybe not. And here's the worst part, right? And I've seen this recently, ask me how I know, where you can't even go back to the seller and say, hey, we need to do a price reduction because they have so little equity, right? There's so many repairs that need to be done that there's nothing left to take, right? They did a cash out refinance during the pandemic when interest rates were low, and they took all the money out of their property, and who knows what they did with it, but now they have no equity. So there's nothing to go back and try to reduce, right? You're talking short sale at that point. And sometimes those really are the 2 options with people, right? Let the bank take it, or engage with a realtor, which we can do and we probably will have to do, and say, hey, there's nothing that anybody can do for this guy other than short sell, and try to find a buyer who's willing to come up with something and see if the bank will take that. And sometimes the bank says, no, we don't want that. We want the property, right? So, yeah. So that's it. I just want to make this video. You can do everything right. You can run your comps. You can do all your due diligence. You can see their most recent statement. But until you get that payoff quote, until you get that foundation estimate, you don't really know how it's going to go down. So just be ready. Be ready to cancel. Be ready to renegotiate, because sometimes you have no choice. Ask me how I know. Okay. See you guys.